Is Breece Hall the Superflex 101? This is Jeff Bell here with a Football Guys short. Be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, where you can find this, the Audible, and the entire offering of Football Guys content. YouTube.com/Football Guys. Now, Breece Hall, is he the Superflex 101? Friday night, we finally got the missing piece of information for a player who has trended towards locking down this spot for most of the offseason. Breece Hall would be joining the New York Jets. That opens up a can of worms because last year, the New York Jets added Michael Carter in the 4th round of the NFL draft. Michael Carter played well. He had over 600 yards. He had 4 touchdowns. Since 2000, we have seen 74 players with a similar profile, rookie running backs who had at least 600 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. We have 4 now examples of that player being replaced by a player drafted within the first 2 rounds of the subsequent draft. It's really hard to glean any information off these situations. The first one was in 2014. Jeremy Hill was drafted to be a supplement to Gio Bernard. Gio Bernard held the passing role. Jeremy Hill held the early down role. That was a clear committee situation. The following year in 2015, Todd Gurley was drafted 10th overall to replace Trey Mason almost completely. Trey Mason had 765 yards for the Rams one year, 207 the next. He became a straight backup. Last year was the third example. James Robinson had 1,070 yards as a rookie in 2020. Urban Meyer took over, drafted Travis Etienne, 25th overall in the draft. We didn't really get any information off that situation as Travis Etienne was injured in the preseason and James Robinson was subsequently hurt during the season. He dropped down to 767 yards. Without historical context on how the situation is going to play out between Breece Hall and Michael Carter, we need to look at some of the usage. And so for Michael Carter to have a real role in this backfield, he would need to be used as a passing complement. His size won't allow him to be the early down back compared to Breece Hall. Now in college, Breece Hall averaged 27 receptions per season, 245 yards per season. Michael Carter averaged 20.5 receptions per season and only 164. They both had 82 receptions in their college career. Breece Hall accomplished it in 3 years. Michael Carter took 4 years to accomplish that. Robert Saleh, over the last about 10 years of his career, he's been around a couple of very successful football teams, and he's been around a couple teams that have not been successful. He started out, one of his first major jobs was with the Seattle Seahawks, and he was there right in the middle of Marshawn Lynch's run as the franchise running back, and one of his most historic runs in Seahawks football history. He had a first-row seat of what a bell cow back could accomplish. He followed that up by going to Jacksonville, and Jacksonville muddled through a committee when he was there. TJ Yeldon saw work. They had Denard Robinson seeing carries. They really rotated around that backfield, and that was a bad football team. He left that situation to go join the San Francisco 49ers. With Kyle Shanahan as head coach, that team is famous for riding hot hand and playing situational matchups. But the only time that they experienced real success with Robert Saleh on the staff was 2019 when they made it to the Super Bowl. In that run, Raheem Mostert took over as the bell cow back. He had 29 carries in their NFC Championship game against the Packers, and he outcarried Tevin Coleman by a good margin in the Super Bowl. Robert Saleh has seen the impact of a bell cow running back up close and personal. They did not use a premium draft pick on Breece Hall to come in and share committee work with Michael Carter. Now, certainly there could be a situation where Carter sees some utility, but the idea that Breece Hall, once he's up and running as the passing down back and understanding coverages and blitz pickup, if he makes that step, he is going to be the clear feature back for fantasy purposes and the clear 101 in your fantasy football drafts. Michael Carter is a get-out situation. Dynasty owners are going to be holding the bag there. He peaked at running back 18 in January. He's all the way already down to running back 32. If you're holding him on your roster and you don't have Breece Hall as a handcuff, get out now. If anybody in your league believes that there is going to be any sort of standalone utility, this could be your last opportunity to get out of him as a dynasty asset. I think we can comfortably use the 101 in our Superflex drafts on Breece Hall, and we can anticipate that he will take over as a bell cow as soon as he irons out some of the minor concerns about playing running back, given the history of Robert Saleh and what he has seen work out firsthand. Thank you for listening, and again, subscribe to our content.